Updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power. We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates,
Your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region.
with the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine. I am Denicia Dempster.
And I am Candice Jackson. Here's what's making the news in 90 seconds.
One man is charged for robbery with aggravation of two persons. According to police reports, an employee of Good Care Pleasure Home for the Aged and a pedestrian were both robbed of cash and valuables in the Grafton area recently. 22-year-old Nicholas Bavel of French Field Calder Hall was arrested over the weekend for the crime. He appeared before the Scarborough Magistrate Court and was granted a $100,000 bail on the condition of a curfew from 8:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. He's expected to reappear in court on March 17th. West Indies cricket captain Imran Khan is among the big names that will be playing in the Chief Secretary T20 Cricket Blast. This was revealed at last evening's launch with the drafting of players. The tournament runs from April 8th to the 15th and will also feature West Indies all-rounder Jason Mohammed. From around the region, Mark Dial of the St. Lucia Zouks will also be taking part. Players from St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be coming on board as well. And now, news from Trinidad. The Oil Field Workers Trade Union says it does not support any increase in the cost of fuel at this time. President of the OWTU, Ansel Roger, stated that after 3 increases under the Rowley-led administration, another fuel increase will put an onerous burden on the shoulders and backs of citizens who are already facing extreme pressure with high unemployment, high prices for food, goods and services, tax increases, and a reduction in income. He's calling on the Prime Minister to reconsider imposing increased fuel prices on the population.
I think that's some of the sentiment that is shared by many citizens within the country, that they are not ready or they do not want to have another increase because, of course, many persons have been under pressure for the past 2 years of the pandemic.
It's such a sad and unfortunate situation. I remember one gentleman said his grocery bill is around $2,000. Now it's around $3,000, and that doesn't even include meat. So a lot of people are already struggling, and with this increase of the gas prices would add another pressure, another weight on their shoulders, and they're calling for the administration, the government, to do something about it so they wouldn't feel, like if they're in a difficult situation.
Perhaps maintain the subsidy a bit longer, but of course we know the situation out there. It is a little bit tricky. I mean, our oil production has been low. We have not been gaining as much from the oil and gas industry as we have in the past. So it's a little bit tricky. But while that is on a topsy-turvy kind of a situation, in cricket, however, as you mentioned in your second story in sport, Tobago is going to be the home of some exciting cricket action in a few weeks' time with, this T10, the Chief Secretary's T10 blast happening. And it's such a wonderful opportunity for the island.
Yes, it is. It would do a really, really great thing for the sports industry, especially for Tobagonians. A lot of persons have been crying for a very long time as it relates to making sure that the sport industry is a bit more entice. So this will do a good thing for Tomagonians, and a lot of people are looking forward for this tournament.
And there's going to be a lot of persons coming into the country as well, from Trinidad, from St. Vincent, from St. Lucia, and perhaps some other islands. And I know that there are still some more names to come on board. So, you know,
we're anxious and waiting.
We're anxious and waiting, and the prospect is also there for business because, again, as we're out of that pandemic situation, we're now into an endemic, we can have these things happening again, get the economy going, and perhaps bringing some money to some businesses that have been suffering for a while.
Yes, that is definitely correct. And changing gears a little bit, we would be continuing our discussions on gas prices. And today we'll be interviewing former Energy Minister Caroline Sipasad Payachan, who would give an insight and her perspective on the long-standing issue that we are currently facing.
Right. And then to give a more underground perspective, we will be interviewing Mr. Stefan Allen, PRO of the West End Taxi Drivers Association, because we are expecting another gas price increase. We already had taxi fares increased not too long ago. And then when the gas prices are liberated, now how are taxi fares going to deal with this? Is it going to be that every day based on the gas price, the taxi fare is going to change? What impact is going to have on the traveling public?
Yes, I am definitely looking forward to the conversations today that will take place that would, you know, give us some kind of comfort to know exactly what is going on, and most importantly, clarity. Because a lot of persons don't necessarily understand what exactly is going on because there have been a lot of back and forth. So I'm hoping today we have a little bit of clarity and comfort, some sense of peace with the issue that we are currently facing, because like I said, a lot of people are already struggling with so much. You know, they have bills, you know, what you used to pay before is not what you could pay now. So a lot of people are looking for clarity, and I do hope that we would have some sense of direction today.
All right, great. Well, viewers, stay tuned. We would have those conversations coming up for you right after the break.
Beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago.
Pot it with American Stores. Enjoy this fantastic, amazing offer. 3 items for one low price. Pot it with us at American Stores.
I faked a migraine to skip my in-laws' anniversary.
I call all my girlfriends babe, so I don't mix up their names.
I always pick fights before my boyfriend's birthday, so I don't have to buy him a gift.
Some secrets are too good to keep, like the KFC Secret Recipe Bucket, with 9 pieces of chicken and 5 regular sides for $129. Only at KFC.
Support brand cleaning products, tough on grind, yet gentle on you. In the kitchen, use only Support dishwashing liquid. Washing your clothes, use only Support liquid laundry detergent. Sanitizing your home, work or any environment, then Support antibacterial multi-purpose cleaner is the brand for you. Ask for Support detergent products today because we're family. It's locally made with a great price and everyone needs a little support.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Rest easy at American stores. Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and Therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American stores, where we make quality living affordable.
Welcome back. Joining us is former Energy Minister, Miss Caroline Sipasan Bechan. Welcome. Good morning.
To you. Yes,
continue our discussions on the increased gas prices. What is your take on this particular issue?
Well, the issue of gas prices increasing really has to do with the subsidy. And I expected this to happen in the first place because we no longer have a refinery where we are able to produce liquid fuels. And once there was the closure of that refinery, price stability would have become a problem. So too would have become what we always say, energy security. You would recall that the refinery produced liquid fuels for consumption in our local market and in the Caribbean market as well. So even for the region, your refinery represented price stability and energy security.
Stability of fuel prices being delayed. Do you think it can be managed?
Well, if you listen to some of the figures that were given by the Prime Minister himself, I think I say almost, unusually, it's the subsidy for liquid fuels. He was talking about over $1 billion in terms of current market prices. And he was using a price of the barrel at $100, and then he carried it up to $125, which is expected, because of the current turmoil in the energy markets, due to the Russian-Ukraine conflict. But the issue is how much of it can we delay? I would suggest that it be done in stages. However, it depends on how much, government resources, or I would say taxpayer resources, are available to fund this particular subsidy. Recognizing the impact it will have on the economy in terms of inflation, everything will go up in prices because, we are very much a transport-based economy. So in terms of our grocery items, all goods and services will be impacted upon, and those prices will increase.
With the attempt to push citizens towards CNG fuel is so far unsuccessful, what are the chances of government finding success with electric-powered vehicles?
That's an excellent question. Excellent question. It is what you are referring to is the success of CNG because we were not prepared. We did not provide the infrastructure. We didn't provide the convenience required. So if you remember the complaints, and part of it is, we like to, we see a lot of stuff, in budget statements. Yes, CNG. But what did we do to prepare for CNG, to ensure that it was attractive, it was convenient, it was cost effective for citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? And therein lies the problem. Because when we talk about electric vehicles, how are you charging electric vehicles? Where are you charging them? Are you putting up stations? Or are we going to import electric vehicles and then sometime after now we have the problem as, well, how are citizens going to charge these vehicles? And there's one other issue I really want to raise with this electric vehicle. Electric vehicles were not designed to be powered by the grid. And that is what I fear most, is that we will end up powering those vehicles using the power of the grid. Which is also subsidized. It's also subsidized. So we're going from one subsidy to the next. Is government going to end up subsidizing this if we do it from the grid? Now, I have heard many of the policymakers saying, yes, we're going to use solar powered start charging stations, we're going to use fast charging stations, but where is the infrastructure for that? What have we done to push renewable energy in this country, whether it's solar, wind, or any other form? We've done nothing. Even in your homes, you can charge those vehicles if you have been pushing the renewable energy. But there are certain incentives that have to go in place and certain infrastructural requirements. So, for example, you need to ensure that part of the grid, if you're going to use the grid, that at least some percentage of the power on the grid, derived from renewable energy. And similarly, if we are allowing homes to become part, which is something that is happening all over the world, you connect to the grid and you allow energy, renewable energy in the homes, excess of that to feed the grid. But we haven't done anything like that. And all over the world, even during this time with this Ukraine-Russia conflict, the amount of money countries are now putting into renewable energy, Trinidad and Tobago is not looking at that new direction. The second issue I want to raise is we return to work. As COVID, as we move from this pandemic, the Prime Minister has announced the reopening of the public service and of the economy. But, there were so many, to me, benefits that were derived during the period of, during the lockdown, where we were able to work remotely. And there wasn't some improvements in productivity. I agree that not everybody can work from home because there are those frontline workers that have to be out to work. But if we can, as much as possible, allow for some of the new modes of working, whether remote working, flexi time, and so on, then we might be able to reduce the amount of consumption of liquid fuels in this country. But we are not. We're going to go back into those very heavy traffic jams. I would imagine on the Claude Noel Highway, people taking forever to get to work. And then, even here in Trinidad in Trinidad. So what are we really doing, to ease the situation so that, customers, consumers and citizens do not have to face the full brunt? And government may very well find some investment in those new modes of working in terms of digitization, in terms of technology, to facilitate these new modes will assist in what they are dealing with, and they may very well find that they don't have to put out the level of subsidy that they're looking at.
And reconsider CNG.
I didn't get your last question.
Should we then reconsider CNG?
Well, the infrastructure never went into place for CNG. So, you know what? If, the world is moving towards electric vehicles, timing is everything. Opportunities are lost. They always say if you don't seize the opportunity, it's lost forever. There was a time and place for CNG. Had it been set up and infrastructure provided and the motor vehicular population had converted to CNG, today we could have furthered that project. But it hasn't really gotten off the ground. Today, however, electric vehicles has taken over. The prices are coming down as, more and more countries, as we start to have higher demand for it. The economy of scale has, been introduced into it, and now electric vehicles are becoming very affordable. If government puts on the incentives on these vehicles, which they have done, then definitely it will become a viable, alternative. But it will not be viable unless we have the infrastructure in place for electric vehicles. So in my humble view, yes, the time has come, which was done during our time as well. I want to say that we had put on incentives for electric vehicles. We had put on the incentives for CNG. We had put on incentives for CNG kits, CNG infrastructure. We gave service stations, the opportunity to put in whole new infrastructure, mega stations on highways. A lot of sites were improved, what I would say allocated to allow for those mega CNG stations. That did not happen today. To look at it is 2022. We have to move forward with times. It's the 21st century. Let's look at the electric vehicles. Yes, but we have to provide the infrastructure, and we have to push renewable energy in this country.
Thank you so much, We are
You're
out of
welcome.
time today for a discussion, but thank you for your perspective. We'll be back right after the break.
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Pot it with American Stores. Enjoy this fantastic, amazing offer. 3 items for one low price. Pot it with us at American Stores.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago and Tobago Updates. Joining me for discussions this morning on the increase of gas prices is Mr. Stefan Allen, the PRO of the West End Taxi Drivers Association. Good morning to you, and we're going to get started off really quickly. And I want to know, I know that the taxi drivers felt that they had basically no choice but to increase taxi fares. So can you give us a little bit of an insight into what were the considerations you guys made before making your increase and determining how much that increase is going to be?
Okay, to be honest, we had discussions on when we had meetings, and it was a very tough thing for us to do because we know of the situation that is prevalent right now. And for us to make that decision, it was a tough one. And we know that people would have disagreed because of the culture in Tobago, you know, and how things are set up where taxi is concerned. I mean, honestly speaking, it was hard for us to do, but we just needed to do it because taxi drivers, we have our lives.
And you guys felt that you had no choice?
Yeah, at this point in time, yes, because of the fact that we were 50% and 75%, so it was very hard for us to do, but we just needed to do it.
Right. And with fuel prices threatening to be raised pretty soon again, will that now result in another increase of taxi fares?
Well, hoping we don't have to, but taking things into consideration where the parts, you know, and oil and all these simple things that, you know, we don't look at, we just look at gas price. We don't understand that the vehicle itself, it works with more than
and there's
just
a
gas.
maintenance cost.
Yes, and then tires going up and all these things going up. So hopefully we may not, we don't have to do it, but if push comes to shove, guys, what we made.
And have you guys also given consideration to another change that's coming with fuel prices, and that's the liberation of gas prices, right? So that legislation is still being enacted and developed where gas station, the prices that you pay at the pump will be different every day. So if that price is different every day, now will that mean that the prices of taxi fares will change on a daily basis?
Well, obviously, no, it don't work like that. Okay. You know, everything takes time and is a process in how we go about do it. No one taxi driver can just up and say, you know what, I'm raising fare. you know, that is not the law. That is why we have a tariff. And in order for us to function as a business, as a body, there must be order structured in order for us to go forward from here. So no one taxi man can just jump up and say, you know what, I raising my fare because the price change. No, it don't work like that. We don't operate like that.
Do you think that you guys should be consulted where these changes are concerned?
Yes, because the way how the government operates, I mean, as us as the public, we are not knowledgeable as to what is going on in there until they come and they give their, when they explain things to us as the public, you know, and so therefore it will be nice where we have an idea so that when we make decisions, we do it with the public in mind. Because, you know, the public have the notion that it's all about money, right? Yes, it's about money, but at the same time, it's not about money because it's families we are dealing with, it's friends, it's neighbors. So we would be mindful of these people, you know, in terms of how we go about doing things. We don't just do things anyhow because it affects us as well also. You know, I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I need to also have my home in order so that, you know, things will be smooth, if I may use that term.
What has been the reaction from the public with these increases and even the threats of the increases to come?
Well, it's all type of response we get, but from my point of view, I get some resistance and I get some, you know, yes, we understand because of the fact that when we were working for 2 years and a month on a lower salary, taxi drivers was not complaining. We were just doing what we need to do, and this is my full-time job. You understand? In order for me to get bread on my table, I have to do this. So people, they are understanding people, they will say, yes, I agree. Because it is not easy doing something like this. Taxi work is not an easy work, especially dealing with different type of publics, you know, people in the public.
Tell me a little bit about some of those challenges that you guys face on a daily basis.
Well, first to begin, a lot of people have no respect for taxi drivers. Well, I could talk from Tobago. In Trinidad, it's something totally different because I'm from Trinidad, honestly. In Tobago, there is no respect. Sometimes people will disrespect you to your face, you know, and even it goes as far as people treat this as if though they are doing you a favor. And I mean, I'm not generalizing it, but there are some people who I've dealt with, they treat this job as if though they are doing me a favor. And if you was to go, let me say you go to buy a phone, you are not doing the phone company a favor, you are rendering money for an item. So in other words, when you come to my vehicle, you render service for money. And that is how I view it because this is my business. So, and it's all other type of things, you know. Sometimes people may come, they may not have money. Sometimes people may be short, you know. So it's all type of things you just deal with. I mean, I could go in a whole spectrum as to what I just experienced as a taxi driver. I could be able to take long to explain all of that, but...
What is one thing that you want the government to know about before they consider these increases?
First thing I would want them to know is that they will take us, the taxi drivers, at heart because we are affected on all levels hard when government just decide to raise price. I mean, very few times you'll hear them drop price. Well, since I'm alive, I've never heard prices drop. So, you know, they don't consider us, who is the ground, the floor man, who's doing this thing every day. And I mean, I don't know how to explain it to you, but the government really need to consider us. They need to think before they act. They don't just act because it's anything you do is like a domino effect.
Right.
And it don't just hurt me, but what about the lady with 3 children? Or the single father with 5 sons? You know, it goes all across the board. So they need to consider us before they make these decisions. And also, I think also that the government needs to look in and take the raise of, let me just say, parts and tires. Take these things into consideration, because look at used tires. Before we was getting normal road used tires. Now we're getting snow tire. How is the government allowing these things to come into Trinidad and Tobago? We don't have snow here. So when you go and you buy a snow tire for $250 to $300, right? And I talk about raising in a span of a few months, $250 to $300, and you buy that tire and you ride on these roads that we have here. Within a few weeks or a few months,
it's damaged.
It's gone already.
Right.
And I mean, I can understand how these things coming in through customs. I honestly speaking.
Right. Well, on that note, we'll have to unfortunately leave it there because we are out of time. But viewers, I will just stick with us, and we'll be right back after the break with more.
Rest easy at American stores. Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and Therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American stores, where we make quality living affordable.
All right, good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Update. Such an enlightening discussion that we had this morning, Anicia. I mean, all these considerations that we do not take in when the government implements some of these changes.
Yes, and Miss Bachan, she had a lot of information that helped, not just myself, but I know it would have helped the listening ears who would, like I said, want clarity on this issue and what needs to be done to facilitate persons who may not necessarily have CNG.
Right, and then, you know, with this whole talk of renewable energy, it begs the question, what has been doing over the years to make sure that the citizen really buys into this so that we can effectively go into this renewable source of energy used for our vehicles and lessen the bill for the government?
Yes.
All right, and on that note, we will unfortunately have to leave it there. It was such a pleasure being with you folks this morning. But don't go anywhere. It is Youth Wednesday on the Tobago Updates morning show with Aliyah and Dwayne. So continue to stick with us.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago Updates. Good morning, Tobago.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong.
I faked a migraine to skip my in-laws' anniversary.
I call all my girlfriends babe, so I don't mix up their names.
I always pick fights before my boyfriend's birthday, so I don't have to buy him a gift.
Some secrets are too good to keep, like the KFC secret recipe bucket with 9 pieces of chicken and 5 regular sides for $129. Only at KFC.
Support brand cleaning products, tough on grind, yet gentle on you. In the kitchen, use only support dishwashing liquid. Washing your clothes, use only support liquid laundry detergent. Sanitizing your home, work or any environment, then support antibacterial multi-purpose cleaner is the brand for you. Ask for support detergent products today because we're family. It's locally made with a great price and everyone needs a little support.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Hi, good morning and welcome to Youth Wednesdays. I am Aliyah Holder.
And I am Dwayne Nurse. We are very much happy to be here this morning, every Wednesday morning. And I want to welcome all our viewers on all our various platforms. And Ella, please remind them again on what platforms are they tuning on
so you can view Tobago updates on Facebook, on Smash Radio on M&E TV, and you can also view TobagoUpdates.com and on YouTube.
Right. So what do we have for them this morning? We have something very special for them this morning.
We have a few birthdays and anniversaries. So firstly, I would like to wish happy birthday to Miss Alison Harper. Happy birthday to you from Akima Thomas and the Tobago Updates family. Also wishing a happy birthday to Mr. Ronald Adams, and might I add, it's his anniversary. So happy anniversary to you and yours.
And happy birthday and happy anniversary to you too as well. And this morning, although we don't have any pictures for them, but 2 relatives of mine, best month again, are born today. Today is their birthday. My uncle Carlton, nurse in Trinidad, and my cousin Dylon Orr, who lives here in Tobago. Happy birthday goes out to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Much love coming from Tobago Updates and your bestest relative doing this. So what we have for them again this morning, Alia?
So I don't know why Dwayne wants to rush, because he doesn't
want
me to do this. But on Friday is your youth host Dwayne's birthday. So I would like you guys to wish him a happy early birthday. So happy early birthday to you, Dwayne.
Thank you, Alia. I don't know why you always the one to always share my business. But anyway, it's my birthday. Yes, it's going to be my birthday on Friday, and I'm not very excited, but I'm grateful for life. But we have a new segment for you guys this morning called Come Down From Day. And this is a segment.
You need to explain this segment.
Yes, this segment is where we're going to highlight some of the
kind of bacchanal in the Tobago
space.
Or in the Trinidad and Tobago space.
There are some people that just need to come down from there. And who do we have first this morning?
So, first, I have on the list a commissioner running for PM or want to take Diego Martin's
ex-commissioner police.
Ex-commissioner. I feel he needs to just come down.
Yeah, he needs to come down. High. Yeah, boy. Mr. Should I call his name?
Nah, we can't do that. Yeah. Just saying what it is about
ex-commissioner police. He really needs to come down from there. Who else?
We also have in the Tobago space somebody talking about salaries and people went on a trip.
Or a special assemblyman slash,
you know, went on a trip and they
it's all kind of craziness.
All kind of craziness.
And what about this KFC thing you see going on?
KFC needs to come down. Not $2.
Yeah.
Not paying not $2. For no condiments. People have ketchup and mustard and thing home.
No, listen. KFC, all your condiments go rotten and take
producers say don't use KFC. Don't use the
My
franchise. So that franchise.
But that special franchise.
Needs to come.
All your condiments go rotten.
But on the rundown this morning, for you, we have interesting stuff. The rundown this morning is fully female. And I'm indeed proud since that we are in the month of women still. The rundown this morning comprises of, I will let you go first since that your guest is first.
So we are in commemoration or acknowledging Financial Literacy Week. We have Miss Afisha McCain from the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy coming to talk with us about financial literacy and what programs they have to help in terms of financial literacy. And then we have the good stuff. We have the good stuff right after that. Analia, what next do we have?
After that, we have Miss Desiree Murray coming to speak to us about finances again. Yes, we need to ensure that we save and we open these accounts and won't spend this money recklessly. We're ensuring today that you all are educated. And lastly, to end off today's show, we have Miss Shantel Nova, who will be speaking to us about her business, which is Hub for Natural Hair. All types of hair. So to ladies, it's all about you today. So, well, men also, but you know, I just kind of being biased.
Yeah, so we have Johnny Campbell doing something today?
Yes, Johnny is actually doing the second guest, Miss Desiree Murray.
Great.
Johnny will be on set. She won't be outside today.
Yeah, so you see, everybody's inside today. So, you guys, please share the live. We have a very packed morning for you guys. So share the live.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning.
My correction, we are actually celebrating Global Money Week. Global Money Week. So whatever you want to call it, the bag week, the dough week, the pesh week, all the names for money. And we have as our guest this morning, Ms. McCain from the Division of Finance, from the Financial Literacy Secretariat, and the program coordinator, to talk with us about financial literacy. Good morning to you, Ms. McCain.
Good morning, Dwayne.
How are you?
Good morning to you. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You
All
look
well.
great. You
Thank
look great.
you.
I love your colors.
Thank you. We're trying to be happy colors since we're talking about children and Global Money Week. Yes.
Right. So just tell us a little bit about yourself in relation to what you do.
All right. So again, the name is Afisha McCain. I am the program coordinator of the Financial Literacy Secretariat. I've actually been working at the Secretariat since 2009. So
Wow.
I breathe, eat, sleep financial literacy. We have a very small team, but we really cater to helping every Tobagonian, from the smallest child to the oldest adult, be able to not just understand money, but know how to use money wisely. So that's pretty much what we do in a nutshell.
Right. And given your years of experience, can you really say that, what have you guys done during your tenure to help bring Tobagonians up to par with global standards in terms of money management?
Right. So over the years, we've created a number of programs that have continuity in the space. The thing about financial literacy, information is one element, but the next important element is actually empowerment. How do we give people the wherewithal and encourage them and inspire them to actually change their life? So for that reason, we work closely with different community stakeholders, our youth organizations, our educational institutions, so that we consistently in this space having that kind of interaction and supporting them along the way. I must say, I think financial literacy has come a long way. Even with COVID, I think more and more people understand the importance of financial literacy and why it is necessary to have those skill sets so that you have a chance to not just secure your immediate needs, but also to plan and secure your future. So I think there's still a lot of work to be done because it's a continuous journey, but I think we've definitely been able to make some headway over the years.
Right. And the premise on which the division is having in your department in the division is having this program is spawned out of the organization.
Yes.
Tell us about that organization, the OECD.
So the OECD is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. They actually are one of the institutions that guides our operations because they have set global standards and frameworks for financial literacy. So we lean on them for information, for training, for support, to really make sure that we're abiding and in agreement with the global standards for financial education. So even this program and this financial awareness campaign that they've created through Global Money Week is one of those things that we always try to participate in because it allows us to be on the same speed and on the same pathway with other countries around the world.
Especially developing
Exactly,
countries.
developing organizations.
Right.
Yeah.
So are there pillars on which this organization premised this program? Because you want to have certain goals,
yes,
and very strategic in terms of how, especially with this topic called financial literacy.
Yes.
So what are some of the pillars?
So we directly influence some of the Sustainable Development Goals implemented by the United Nations. One of those being reducing poverty at all levels, another being providing quality education, and not just education in terms of classroom education, but life education. How do you give persons at all age groups the information they need to win at life? We also help with gender inequality, making sure that we level the playing field. When it comes to especially things like gender-based violence, trying to give women the wherewithal, and not just women, because there's also men in those situations, we're giving them the wherewithal to be able to come out from those situations through financial empowerment. There's also reduced, I think it's reduced, seeing how we can reduce or provide more opportunities for decent work. A component for financial literacy is trying to encourage persons to have different forms of income.
Right.
And I think by helping them to understand why they're doing what they're doing, they're able to explore opportunities for entrepreneurship, being able to have a proper career guidance, and therefore I think that also helps us to contribute to that sustainable development goal as well.
Right, right. And going into the programs you guys are offering, just tell us about the 3 special programs and who are they targeted? The target
for Global
group.
Money Week?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 3 major programs we've put on the card, on the table. The first being our Be Money Smart video challenge. The theme for this year's Global Money Week is Build Your Future, Be Smart About Money. So what we're challenging our secondary school children, once you're between the ages of 12 to 18, what we're doing is challenging them to really start to think about money. What does money mean to you? How do you feel about money? What are some of the decisions and behaviors you have now? And how is that going to influence your ability to achieve the goals you want in life in the future? So we have the Be Money Smart video challenge, where we're calling on students to send us a 2-minute video about money and making sure that you include the phrase, my money, my future. And we want them to have fun with it, be creative. If your thing is dance, if you love singing calypsos, if you're into spoken word, however you feel to express your views about money, do that. Actually, I think our registration has opened from since Monday, but there's still time because registration ends on the 20th, so we want to encourage parents and teachers to get your children involved. There's some amazing prizes to be won. We have prizes sponsored by Berry Link, by the Unit Trust Corporation, Books and Office Supplies, Office Authority, and I want to thank them publicly for supporting that initiative. So we encourage people to go on the Facebook page. All the information and guidelines are there. That's the Division Social Media Facebook page, Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy, and you can sign up and send us your videos.
So is it only school, secondary schools?
Yes, for this particular program, we deliberately target secondary school children because they're at that stage where they're now thinking about their future. So for most children, they're thinking about going off to university or college, probably starting their first job, probably starting a small business. So because they're in that mind frame, we try to capture them at that moment to have those important money discussions.
Great. So you have 2 other special programs.
Yes.
Just quickly, briefly, just share with us what those programs are.
The second one will be working hand in hand with the video challenge. It is the Be Money Smart virtual series. So you could think of it like a virtual caravan where we're hopping from all our secondary schools to have that direct interaction with them. In the past, we were privy to have those in-person training and those interactions, but because of COVID, we obviously had to go virtual. So we're going to be going into the classroom to again get them to think about their future and to assess some of the decisions they make now and how they can improve to be able to achieve those goals later on in life. And last but not least, normally we only engage our secondary school children. But this year, we thought it important to include another element. So we're actually calling on parents to also be a part of the financial education agenda. We have the Money Talk campaign, and what it is we're throwing out to parents, are you having money talks with your children? If you're not having money talks, why are you not having those talks with your children? And I'll tell you why that's important. For children, their greatest mentor and influencer is either going to be their parents, a guardian, or probably even a teacher. And therefore, even though we're doing what we can in this space, it's important for them to also have that conversation and interaction with their children. So what we're doing is calling on parents and guardians and mentors to start to have those money talks, and not just calling on them to do that, but we will give them the wherewithal. So we'll feature some different tips and guidelines as to how to have those conversations, and to also, I think by doing that, we're also challenging parents as well, because now they have to be mindful of their own behaviors and their own decisions, because children practice what they see and they do what they learn.
All right, great. Just in wrapping up, just tell us what is the correlation between education, gender equality, and the other pillar in terms of ensuring that you have a good financial literacy background and understanding? Just briefly.
So for us, I think money plays a pivotal role in all of our lives. There's nothing that we cannot do without money. And therefore, even no matter how educated you are, even with the best job, if you don't have a solid financial education, you're not going to be able to achieve the things you want in life. So for us, I think financial literacy sets that foundation. It sets the foundation by which you can learn how to manage what you have and to also explore other opportunities where you can also increase your income to achieve those longer term goals. So I think the pillars that are driven by the sustainable, by the UN through the SDGs, financial education lays the foundation for that. It can address a lot of social issues. It can address a lot of the things that we see facing our at-risk youth and our vulnerable segments of the population. So I think for us it's a huge mandate, but it's definitely something I think can definitely help us to achieve some of the things we want for Tobago in general.
And unfortunately, we come to the end of this interview.
No
I could go on next
all.
hour, you know.
Yes, not a problem. You could invite me again, you know.
I will see how best I could get that done.
Yes,
but thank you very much, Mr. McCain, for being here. Guys, please just go on the just remind them about the page again.
So you're going to the Division social media page, the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy. All the information is there. And if you are someone who are interested in financial literacy, separate and apart from Global Money Week celebrations, you have an organization and want us to be able to have that interaction and training for your members, by all means you can reach out to us. Our numbers are 639-4412, extension 53401 to 53405, or you can send us an email at fls@gov.tt. So again, thank you so much, Dwayne, for having us.
Thank you for being here.
And I encourage all to take part in our Global Money Week celebrations.
Alright guys, we're going to take a break, so share the live, share the live, share the live.
It's a different type of thing down there. What? And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Rest easy at American stores. Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and Therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American stores, where we make quality living affordable.
I want to meet with you to share my personal testimony and other local testimonies. Call me now, Juliet Roberts, at 341-0715. The number again is 341-0715. God bless you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning, Tobago. It's all about Youth Wednesdays, and I am your host, Janae Campbell. And yes, I am in studio today. And this morning we have a very special guest. I am here with Miss Desiree, and she is a financial advisor. And we would have just had an interview with someone within the finance division talking about financial literacy. So welcome, Miss Desiree. Give Tobago a hearty good morning.
Thank you, Janae. Tobago, good morning and welcome as usual. I know you're normally tuning in morning, daily. Welcome and stay tuned in because we have great information for you.
I love the energy and I love the vibes, and I trust that we'll be able to keep it up throughout the duration of this wonderful interview. And as I just said, this week it's all about financial literacy. So let me start off with a very simple question. What really is financial literacy?
All right. Well, when you're dealing with financial literacy, it's, even if you feed from the word literacy, education. So this is where you want to be able to educate individuals as to how they treat with their finances, how they manage their resources to ensure long-term sustainability. So financial literacy is giving you that know-how, that knowledge, so that you can enjoy financial freedom, financial independence, which I know is a big thing for young people, especially coming out of school. You know, you want financial independence.
Yes, indeed, we do want financial independence. And, you know, can you tell us some of the principles that fall under financial literacy? I know for sure investment is one, and that is something that a lot of young persons need to get into the habit of doing. So can you share with us some of the other principles that we should pay attention to?
Beautiful. And even as you said, the focus is youths. Right. So many of you listening, I'm sure you would have dreamed of your first job and that first paycheck.
Yes, of course.
And all the big plans. But what you want critically, and even as we listening to the interview before, where the program is geared towards the secondary age, that's excellent, preparing you. So now you're at the stage of having that first paycheck, that first income. You want to ensure you know what do you want to do with this money. What are your plans? You would have many choices, so it's important to know what you want to achieve. That could be your goals, yes? So you want that. Then you want to ensure the importance of saving. You mentioned investment is an aspect very critical. What about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went?
Yes.
So that's budgeting.
Budgeting.
Budgeting, very important. And another one would be looking at your expenses. What's your mindset, or what's your relationship with money as regard to spending? And then you're thinking even further, although you're young, and the last thing on your mind with your first job or first salary is retirement. But that too is a critical dimension that you would want to consider. So your goals, you ensure you do that budgeting, factor in what your spending habits might be mindful of that, and be sure to have that saving investment aspect. And, well, the goals, retirement should be one. So you start very early to have some percentage of your income towards that, towards education, and these type of goals a young person more than likely would have.
What would you say are some of the main mistakes young persons make as it comes to financial prudence?
I love that question.
I love it too.
Yes, I think it's, even as I said earlier, the joy of can't wait to have your first paycheck. I actually heard someone saying once when they were younger, they were somewhat deprived. So they had promised themselves when they get their first job, because, you know, like maybe making tea, 1 scoop of milk, you can't use too much. When I get my first job, I'm buying a whole tin of milk and sit down and eat it. So we often think when we receive that money, it's to go after all our wildest dreams, all our fantasies. So that's a critical mistake in terms of the spending habits. All right? Another, well, it ties in, I think that's the major mistake. It ties in with spending.
Okay.
What's your mindset regarding spending? So sometimes you spend on immediate satisfaction.
Right.
So not understanding the importance of delayed gratification. That's a mistake as well. And not prioritizing. Not prioritizing. So they're all interrelated when you look at it. That poor mindset for not spending wisely. So you would find, as you said, the instant gratification. So you do appreciate the delayed factor, the sacrifice factor. And then you don't prioritize. So yes, somewhere in your mind there's a dream of wanting to study, to further your education, but you never quite set it as a goal. So because it's just a dream floating around somewhere in your head, you may rush to purchase a vehicle first and not being sure that the education funds are set aside. You may rush to go on a cruise first, and maybe the dream of having your own home is just a dream. So these are some of the major mistakes you observe among the younger mindset that one should guard against.
All right, something that I have also noticed, and let me be a little controversial here. We are in Tobago, and more so we are in the Caribbean, and I noticed that borrowing is a part of our culture. And while I understand that borrowing is indeed important, sometimes we find ourselves owing too much. Sometimes friendships are destroyed because you borrowed some money from your friend and then a prolonged period has passed and you haven't paid them back. There are many of us still owing wasa and tea and tech. Culturally, these are things that are present within the Tobago space. So how can we as a society try to maintain a reasonable level of debt so that we don't find ourselves in over-indebtedness?
Live within your means.
Definitely.
Off the bat, live within your means. You are working for $5,000, your expenses should not be $5,000.
Correct.
All right? It's not a math problem, living within your means. It's a self-control issue. So that you're working for $5,000, you would want ideally that your expenses should be around $4,000, $4,500, $3,000 perhaps. So forcing yourself to live within your means will help you achieve some of these goals that seem so far-fetched. High debt, and you said it on point, and it's not just here in Tobago, all right? It's globally. And students, studies have shown where merchandisers go after students, and even the credit card concern, where early in life, you have a credit card and it's not managed properly. What the credit card does, it tricks us. So we live above our means. Remember when you use, we're talking about debt, all right? Accessing loans, your credit card is also a debt. Your hire purchase is also a debt. When you borrow from your friends, that's also a debt. And these are things that you must, habits you want to foster early in life, not getting yourself into any debt whatsoever. But if you must, be sure that you have a well-structured plan as to how you would liquidate that debt, as to how you would pay it off. All right? So managing your debt, a high part of it is living within your means. A high part of it is prioritizing. Look at your needs and your wants and ask yourself, you know, when you're tempted to spend, when you're tempted to go for that loan, when you're tempted to use that credit card, ask yourself, is this something that I need? What's the answer? Is this something that I want? What's the answer? And depending on your answer, your next question is, must I have it now? And depending on your response, and be honest with yourself when you ask these questions. And so this will help to prevent spontaneous spending.
Right.
And would perhaps be able to help to keep you within your budget. We spoke about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
All right. Thank you so much, because this interview has been so insightful thus far. And as we come to a close, I would just like you to tell us how you have been able to impact the lives of young persons on the island and even within Trinidad and Tobago as it relates to financial literacy.
Well, this is something that I eat, sleep, breathe.
Okay.
I'm a financial advisor by profession, and every opportunity I embrace in order to share and educate individuals. So I have worked within a group to do several workshops specifically targeted to Gen Zs and, you know, other areas of training, but guiding them as to preparing a budget, guiding as to knowing the difference between your needs and your wants. So I try to make it very practical, and I also encourage parents as a birthday gift. When your child turns 18, instead of buying all sorts of things, you take that child to a financial institution and you open an account for that child. So you're sowing a seed there. And you're opening two if possible, even if it's $100 you're starting with. One that perhaps for your everyday use and one for long term. So you're teaching a big lesson there early at the age of 18. So these are some things that I try to do as I work with youths and all age group. I've worked with many moving individuals from net worth of 2 digits to 3, 4, 6 digits.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, so that's such commendable work you are doing, and I do trust that you continue along this fulfilling path in terms of encouraging and motivating young persons to be financially literate. I want to thank you so much for this interview, and I trust that we can see and hear more of you in the future. And, you know, it's all about Financial Literacy Week.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to share. Tobago, thank you. And go and do likewise.
But before you go, can you share with us your contact information so that persons can be able to reach out to you if they want to get some financial advice?
Certainly. I could be reached at 688-3862. That's 688-3862. Desiree Hackett Murray is the name. Your humble servant.
Wow, thank you so much. I am Janae Campbell, and it is Youth Wednesday. Stay tuned. There is lots more in store.
I faked a migraine to skip my in-laws' anniversary.
I call all my girlfriends babe, so I don't mix up their names.
I always pick fights before my boyfriend's birthday, so I don't have to buy him a gift.
Some secrets are too good to keep, like the KFC secret recipe bucket with 9 pieces of chicken and 5 regular sides for $129. Only at KFC.
support brand cleaning products, tough on grind, yet gentle on you. In the kitchen, use only support dishwashing liquid. Washing your clothes, use only support liquid laundry detergent. Sanitizing your home, work or any environment, then support antibacterial multi-purpose cleaner is the brand for you. Ask for support detergent products today because we're a family. It's locally made with a great price and everyone needs a little support.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart located at 22 Daniel Trace Canby or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Tobago Updates U20. I'm yours truly, Aliyah Holder. And in this segment, we have good stuff. 2 Tobago students top virtual stock market game. 2 Tobago students received prizes for their participation at the inaugural cycle of the virtual stock market game. These 2 students were awarded and recognized by the Secretary for the Division of Education, Ms. Dorisha Hackett, and Assistant Secretary Councillor Orlando Kerr, and representatives of the virtual stock market game. These 2 students are Mr. Campbell of Scarborough Secondary School and Mr. Drew Crushy of Bishop's High School. Congratulations to you guys and continue doing the good work and making Tobago and by extension Trinidad and Tobago and your families proud. Now to switch the gears a bit, I told you all that we are going to talk about hair this morning, all types of hair. So here with us this morning we have Ms. Shantel Novoa of Hub for Natural Hair. I hope I got the name correct this time. Right.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, and how are you?
I am a bit nervous, but I'm good.
Don't worry, you can shake up that. You have to shake up the things. So tell us, who is Shantel?
One word to describe me is...
Besides being the popular influencer on Instagram.
Please don't.
Who is Shantel?
Honestly, Shantel is whoever she is at the present time.
So I've seen her to be the baker. I've seen her to receive the PR packages, and I've also seen her in this light of being an entrepreneur. How did Hub for Natural Hair start?
Hub for Natural Hair came out of a serious depression during COVID. This was me just being at home and wanting something to do. Although I was still in UWI at the time, school didn't have much interest for me during that depression, and I just felt like, what is my niche? How can I make money from it? And Hub for Natural Hair was born.
Interesting. So there's a design that we see at the front of the box here, and I would like her to tell you guys the story behind this design. The reason I'm asking is because I saw this design being drawn on Instagram and placed on her stories, and I'm like, sis, I have talent, sis could draw and things, so tell us.
So I honestly wanted my brand to be representative of everyone. And I didn't know how to get like body shapes and sizes when it was related to hair. So I focused on skin color because I know a lot of people who feel left out because, like in the natural hair world, because when the movement started, it was mainly about curly hair. People would hair like mine, and I would hear people saying like, so them products that work for my hair, what? You understand? They didn't feel represented.
Yeah,
so,
I could relate because I have RAS, and besides that, before RAS, I have 4C natural hair, which is really, really thick and coarse, and you need to keep it very moisturized, very frequent, and that's trouble.
I understand. And the thing is, besides me, my family, I am probably the only mixed person in my family.
Sis lucky.
I wouldn't say that because I love my aunt's hair. If I want to braid my hair, it stays for 2 days. My aunt could keep a hairstyle for however long she wants, and she could just brush it up and put some products in it, and she'll look really good. But I need to focus on my hair and keeping it neat all the time. But honestly, my brand, I needed to represent my family because I didn't feel as though me putting out a product and just going for the regular market, and me being from Tobago, who is mainly African persons, people of African descent, myself also, but people that don't look like me, I needed to let them feel represented because in the world of natural hair, we aren't that represented, and I wanted my people to feel like, yeah, this is something for me.
We having things, we saying things.
Yeah.
So another question is, can you clarify some of the myths? Because persons believe that only persons of African descent with coarse 4C or 4B and 4C hair mix have a hard time with their hair.
Honestly, I feel everybody has a hard time with their hair because even before I did my big chop and I had relaxed hair, I had no idea what to do. So it's just about finding what is best for you, the right products, the hairstyle that is best for you, because some hairstyles we know harder to take care of other hairstyles. So it's just knowing what you feel best in, what you want to control, if you prefer going to a hairdresser or you want to do it for yourself, and just knowing what you want in general, out of everything.
So tell us, what are the products that Hub for Natural Hair offer right now, or what are the lines that you all offer?
Hub for Natural Hair, we try to bring products that you won't normally see in Trinidad, well, Tobago especially, but Trinidad by extension. So the Miles and the Carol's Daughter and
so here we have one of your products.
Yes. So, but every month, every box that is curated, I make sure to put a local brand in it. So I get to bring up somebody from, so it will be either like actual hair products or like a seamstress who making a silk something. I always feel like I need to represent somebody from Trinidad and Tobago because I really do feel as though we are very underrepresented and we need somebody to talk for us. And I feel as though I have a good enough platform and that's my duty. So,
okay, and within Hub for Natural Hair, how is it only for adults or do you include kids? As you said, every month there is something different. So is there a month specified for children?
So because children and their parents tend to be a bit funny in terms of what they want to put in their children's hair, I prefer to
sell these children items individually. So if mommy and daddy wants to get something for you, they could always log on to our website, see what we have for children, and order from there.
So as she spoke about websites, could we get some contact information where I find in Hub for Natural Hair where?
So Hub for Natural Hair is an e-commerce business. We don't have a set physical location. We operate solely online. Our website is mynaturalhairhub.com. You can also find us on Instagram at Hub for Natural Hair. We're also on Facebook. You can call me. My number is 394-9131. But the easiest way to get your stuff without having to talk to someone, because the main reason I created my websites was because I have a lot of anxiety. And I don't always want to message somebody when I want a product, and I don't want them to perceive me a certain type of way and stuff like that. So the easiest way is to go onto the website and place your order. You get it within, in Tobago, you could get it within 24 to 48 hours. In Trinidad, the same. So I really try.
And is there any international, I don't know how far you're reaching, but I'm reaching for you.
That is definitely a goal. The main problem I have with international from Trinidad and Tobago is the means to do so. So it's either really expensive or it just takes too long.
Okay. So we would like to thank Shantel this morning, and in this last 30 seconds of your interview, I will allow you to sell yourself and your product to the online viewers.
Hi, so Hub for Natural Hair is a monthly subscription box that features 5 whole-size products. Sometimes you get more depending on the month. It caters to all hair types. We offer 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 12-month subscriptions. Subscription boxes start at $350. Usually the value of the box is a lot more. Log on to my website, our website, and feel free to browse and come through.
Thank you so much, Shantel. And I hope that you guys would have enjoyed this segment. She was a little nervous, but you see what Tobago updated us to you, lighten up within the interview. So now I go straight over to Devon Adana for this day in Tobago history.
This day in Tobago history. Did you know that on March 16, 1984, Signal Hill Alumni Choir was preparing for its very first performance? According to John Arnold, choir director and founding member of SHAC, as they are affectionately known, 38 years ago today, they were busily making preparations for the Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival. That year, the biennial Amateur Music Festival was held on Saturday, March 17, 1984, and it is there that SHAC would give the world its inaugural performance. They would also capture the National Folk Championship Award at that music festival. The choir evolved from the Signal Hill Senior Comprehensive School Folk Choir, which dominated the folk category in the TNT Music Festival in their 19th debut. They eventually emerged as the National Junior Folk Champions that year. A Trinidad Guardian newspaper article dated Wednesday, September 17, 2014, recalled that Tobago's Signal Hill Alumni Choir conquered the National Music Festival scene in the 1980s. And in 1990, they won the Calypso, which was then a new category. Calypso Chorale would come to be one of the choir's signatures, with their Calypso medley and Shadow medley being crowd favorites. SHAC would retire from the National Music Festival after their 1990 win. When it came to competitions, SHAC spelled bad news to all choirs in Trinidad once they qualified for the finals. SHAC also won the first music festival of the new millennium, and in 2002 were proclaimed the most outstanding adult choir and most outstanding school choir. SHAC would eventually go on to pursue international acclaim. The choir has performed for many world dignitaries, including Queen Elizabeth II and Archbishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa. Chuck has also performed in over 10 international choral and music festivals, including the UN Assembly in New York in 2012. The choir recently repeated this UN Assembly Hall repertoire in July 2014, but this time in Geneva, Switzerland. Their discography stands at 6, including Harambe, which was released in 2002, and their 30th anniversary gala performance released in 2014. Some of Shaq's most significant achievements include the Hummingbird Gold National Award in 1997, the Sunshine Award for Contribution to Caribbean Culture in 2001, the second place at the Folk Wales International Easterford Choral Festival, also in 2001, and Icon of the National Award in 2002. My name is Devon Adana. You've been watching This Day in Tobago History. There's lots more after the break, so be sure to share the live.
Pot it with American Stores. Enjoy this fantastic, amazing offer. 3 items for one low price. Pot it with us at American Stores.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back, viewers. It's all about Youth Wednesdays, and today we had a very interesting program, but now it's time for some shout outs. So let me see who we have on the live. Big up Didi, Solange, Vincent, who tunes into us every week. Big up your whole self. We also have Grace Stanley. Thank you for your support. We have Miss Afisha McCain, who is watching, and you were just here being interviewed about financial literacy. Thank you so much. And I personally want to big up my mother, who is locked on but never really ever comments. Big up you, Sherman, Melville, Campbell, and all the other viewers that continually support Tobago updates.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alia. You We had a very good time this morning.
Indeed.
You know, and everybody looked good too.
Yes.
And we spoke a lot about money and everything, but Alia, you have some things you want to share with us?
Oh, so I didn't want to end on such a solemn note, but I would like to extend condolences to the family of Calypsonian writer, everything in the orange economy industry, Mr. Sherwin Cullingham, his family, his wife, my auntie Emily. I hope that this time God stays with you and gives you strength and resilience, and that God is with you. The whole condolences to you, and hope that God richly blesses you all.
Yes, and condolences to extended from us as well, from Tobago Updates family. And finally, for the new segment called Come Down From Day, you can send your videos, your memes, your articles. Make sure they are very much censored PG-13, please. Rated everyone. Thank you. We don't want any lewd stuff on our page. You could send it to our messenger on Facebook at Tobago Updates profile. Also on Instagram, Tobago Updates as well. And our WhatsApp number is at 284-565-97. That's 284-6597. So please, we would definitely pick the best, the funniest, and the most relevant come down from the articles, videos, etc. So guys, this ends our...
Wait, but before we end, we didn't say good morning to our adult host at all this morning.
My apologies.
We didn't tell them good morning at all. So I would like to say good morning to Julian and Rhea, and then I hope that you all are enjoying your day off today, and we hope to see you all bright and early in the morning at 7 on the show tomorrow.
Alright, so guys, thank you again for being here. It was a pleasure. Please remember to, be safe out there. COVID-19 is still rampant. This is us tuning out. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Have a great day.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning.